Hello, Internet, and I think that should be muted now, as one of my cats decides to climb up the thing. Let's see. So I wanted to try one of these live streams, not just in general. I've done live streaming before, but wanted to try one of these live streams where taking a look at one of the decks that eventually is going to go on the website and for one of the videos upcoming here soon. So the one that I'm working on now is Esperzoa. I'm pretty happy with it thus far. I've done some gold fishing with it, and I don't know if I'll do much like actual gold fishing the way I usually test the decks which is like a bunch of them in Mox Field. Usually I'll bring up like 3 or 4 decks because I've got some that I've used before. I know they work really well, and they're like, I know how to pilot them, so I'm kind of happy with them. Putting this against those in 3 or 4 playtest groups, which is a little bit better than goldfishing, just drawing and see how the hands work. Because I don't think you get quite the feel of how a deck runs just by drawing cards off the top. You really need to see like how long you're keeping cards in hand, how often do you need to kind of react to other decks doing stuff. And even though I'm playing, usually I do 3 because that's what fits on my screens. You know, I'm only playing 3 as opposed to 4. You get a good idea kind of how it feels. But so we have Esperzoa set up kind of already. Probably not best form to show deck box, knowing that they just recently had a breach. But I've been using them for years. I'm pretty satisfied with the way they've been handling the breach so far. And I wasn't one of the ones who you reuse as password. So it is kind of what it is. But I've been using it for a long time. I just wish it was a little bit more mobile friendly. But what I want to check out is, let's pull it up in Mox Field, because ultimately I like Mox Field's playtester. Where is Esperzoa? There we go. So if you're not familiar with Esperzoa, okay, good. It's probably tiny, but at least it shows up. Esperzoa is 2 and a blue, flying. At the beginning of your upkeep, return an artifact you control to its owner's hand. So basically we're going to be doing like pseudo flicker with artifacts. The idea would be either replaying an artifact that like gives me card draw or life gain or something like that to be able to deal with stuff on the board, or just kind of like, you know, get more things. So far it's been working really well. It's been popping off fairly reliably when I've been goldfishing it. But yeah, so we're going to go through the one thing I hadn't really considered and really probably should have done. I think I can do format popper. And we're going to search for identity of blue and oracle text of affinity for artifacts. There's not that many, and honestly, they don't really do anything either. I don't think we have refurbished familiar, which wouldn't be half bad. Though, oh. Like, why did that work that way? Never mind. We have way more. Frogmite is... Nah, I don't think it's going to do anything for us. 4 for 2/2. You know, you're never going to cast it for 4, but it's not going to gain us anything. Gearseeker Serpent. I really don't want to have to pay 6 just to make something unblockable. Actually, I think I have that in here. Yeah, it's just kind of a fallback. I really am not super happy with that one. Into Thin Air returns a target artifact for blue. That wouldn't be half bad. But really, I'd have to trigger it before an ability hits, because once it's tapped... Though I guess if I'm worried about someone doing something, we could return it. Because ideally, you'd be casting it for, like, just a blue. Quicksilver Behemoth. Wouldn't be bad for just something to smack people with. It's 4/5. And actually, it's not really going to synergize with the commander, but it'll work with the commander. Scale Chiskora. Flash. 3/2 flyer for a blue. Not half bad. I'm pretty sure I put Steel Fin Whale in here. Yeah, that's already in there, so that one's fine. the tooth. Creature gets +1/+0. Really would like an ETB or an exit ability, so I don't think any of those are worth it. Thoughtcast, I don't believe I put in here, but Sorcery's Instance would be draw 2 for a blue. I think the thing is, I'm actually better off with some of these things that come in that let me draw a card than I am Thoughtcast. So yeah, I think that might be fine. I know I just said I usually don't just like to regular goldfish. But let's just do one more round of it to see how well this kind of plays out. It would be neat if... I don't know if I can easily set this up. Because a lot of it's being able to actually see everything on the board. Yeah, you know, we'll try this. Let's not middle click and close everything. That was bad. Let's go back to Moxfield. Understanding how to use a mouse is important. Go back to decks. We're going to go to Esperzoa. I'm also going to pull up one of my test ones and Phantom Train. So we'll play test this. I usually use like split in Zen, which is one of the reasons why I like Zen. I don't think that will work out fairly well on the tiny screen trying to fit everything all in one. So we're just going to flip back and forth between some tabs here. Playtest. So we've got... This was a... This is another... Yeah, this is one of the artifact decks. I'm going to not do this one. I'm going to do the other one. PDH test. Close that. Go back to my decks. PDH test 2, which I think is the Ajani one I pulled. Yeah, it's Ajani. Not bulk edit. Playtest. Let's see, Ajani. So Ajani is 2 and a blue. Whenever I gain life, put a +1/+1 counter. Basically just a very straight up life gain deck. This is one I think I pulled from Goldfish just to test with. Burger's Hideout, really not a lot. So if we're doing a real game, I would mulligan this. Wow, not doing great. Plains. That's not going to do much. Bonesaw, it's not going to do much. Gains protection. Oh, this is not going to start out well. We're going to restart this again. Okay, we've got a couple lands. Some early drops. Soul's Attendant. Oh, yeah. 1 drop into Soul's Attendant, second round, getting a Johnny. A Johnny can go off pretty quickly. So we're going to do that. Phantom Train. Only got 1 black. I do have some early drops I would be worried about. Okay, we at least got 2 lands. 2 lands is doable. Especially we'd have 2 Serrated Scorpions good to get out. Carrion Feeder is excellent. If we need to pump up him instead of... I think I would probably keep this because I have enough things to do early game for it to work. We've got islands into Sky Diamond, into Limbus. Override to counter pretty quickly. Elovi into that so we can get some commander protection in theory pretty quickly. I think we'll go with that. Usually I just roll a die. And it was all cockeyed. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So Ajani, unfortunately, is going to go first. Oh, I need to put one back. I will put Emerge Unscathed on the bottom of my library. 6 ship. So we'll draw. I think those are tap lands. I think we'll be okay. We're still gonna probably outspeed the other ones. That's white. Cycling. I don't need to do that. Doesn't really matter. Okay. We'll play that. And then go to the next one. Play a swamp into Serrated Scorpion. So Serrated Scorpion, when it dies, deals 2 damage. So the idea for this is, if you haven't looked at Phantom Train is get a bunch of stuff onto the board, hopefully with ETB effects, but you're going to sacrifice them to Phantom Train because it doesn't crew. It requires sacrifices, which put a +1/+1 counter on it and turn it into an artifact creature. So you'll get stuff with nice die effects or leave the battlefield effects, sack them to the Phantom Train, and then the train just gets bigger and bigger the more souls you punch into it. Esperzoa. I don't think I have a turn 1 play, do I? Nope. Oops. And I think I always do this. Draw off of that. Yeah, I wouldn't have done anything there. Esperzoa, draw. Not much. We're just going to play an island. Pass the turn. Next turn. So we'll do a plains. What do we have now? Gains control. Put on combat damage. Yeah, so we'll do Soul's Attendant. And then I think we'll go ahead and get the Cliffhaven Kite Sail out, because that'll be the best to set up for Johnny coming out next turn. Next turn on that, we're going to play the Mortuary Mire. It's going to come into play tapped. I don't have anything in the graveyard, so that's fine. We will, I think, Carrion Feeder. Just to get it out. It's a good, if we for some reason can't get Phantom Train out, Carrion Feeder is going to be a good backup. I am, given the commanders, I would be more scared about Ajani. But Ajani has a blocker. But he's not going to... I wouldn't block with that, so... Swing the 1. Ajani will take 1 damage. Because I don't want to lose that, because I'm going to get so much life gain off of that. Go back to the Esperzoa. Okay, cool. We got an island. I think... even if I do that, it's going to come into play later. That can come in. It's going to be the best way. Well, I need to get 1 more mana out on the board. We'll bring in the Sky Diamond. It's going to come in tapped, but that's fine. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. Next turn for Johnny. Play a plains. Actually, these are just all essentially plains. Cool. So we can do 2 to a Johnny. A Johnny enters. We're going to get a trigger off Soul Attendant. Means you're going to get an immediate trigger counter on a Johnny. We've got 1 left. Can't do anything out of hand. You cost 2. Oh, I'm an idiot. I didn't read that. It attaches immediately. So that's a misplay by me. It's going to waste 2 mana, but I don't run this like in paper. I mostly just use it because I know it's one that like blows up pretty quickly. Well, I can smack the Esperzoa because I have no block, so we'll do that. Next turn. Well, unfortunately, we did not get another land, so that kind of stinks. When it dies, each opponent loses 2 life. Mirror Enforcer. I mean, I can ramp into the... I need the ramp. So we'll ramp into Charcoal Diamond. I think, unfortunately... I really don't need blockers. I have 30 life. I think we're fine. I think I'm going to swing 2 at Esperzoa. And back to Esperzoa. I already clicked next turn, so I've already technically drawn. I am just getting mana screwed on everything. These all have decent amount of land and ramp in them. We have 3, though. We can go ahead and pull out Esperzoa and get that set up for next turn. See? Johnny's just going to keep going. I think we'll definitely need to equip for the 2. And he's going to get... Just gets flying. Okay. Angel Song's an instant. You're an instant. Oh, I can't cast that now. No combat damage. Protection, draw a card. I think we will just swing with a Johnny on the train, since it has the most life, for 3. Okay. For a swamp, you're now just essentially a swamp. You're also basically a swamp. So we got 4 mana. We could get Phantom Train out. Is that what we do? Or if I cast an artifact spell, so I can get that off of that. Yeah, I think... Let's do that. I cast Golem Foundry. Get that on the board now. I can start making stuff. 1, 2... It's not gonna... Okay. You got a blocker. You got 1 blocker. I think we'll do this Rated Scorpion at... Yeah, add a Johnny. I will block because I want to keep the life gain. There we go. These are all essentially islands. We could return... Oh, at the beginning, return an artifact. That is not a May ability. I just realized that. So we're going to have to pump the Sky Diamond back. It's not quite as fun as I thought it would be. I think, though, in that case, we need to put out the Limbus when it returns, or when it enters battlefield, scry 1, draw a card. Be an island, I really do want to keep that on top. I wish I could actually scry. I don't like knowing I've got more stuff coming up, but... and then we will... Oh, because I had to bounce the Sky Diamond. Now I've got too much stuff in hand. No, we will. That's going to scry and then draw a card, so it doesn't help me at all. I need something to be permanent on the battlefield. And I don't have anything. I want to keep that. I really want to keep that. I think unfortunately, well, you know, we're gonna go to combat. A Johnny is flying but not blocking, so we're gonna swing 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I think unfortunately I'm going to pitch. Let's keep the override. This is useful. Whenever an artifact enters, it's going to gain flying. I'm not really going to do a whole lot with this. I think I'm going to pitch that. And then we'll go to a Johnny. A land. Well, now we can do 1, 2, 3. Basilica guards. You will trigger. I will gain a life. I will get a counter. Actually, I can extort twice. I will gain 2. Lose 2. Lose 2. Great. So Johnny's now a 6/6. 25, 25. We'll swing at the Phantom Train. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Yep. So Johnny's gonna be a problem. Okay, the swamp. Kind of need. One, 2, 3, 4. I think we're gonna go ahead and get Phantom Train out. It'll enter. I'll put a charge counter on this. It's 3 charge counters. Yeah. I will go to combat. It's a 1/4, so it's easy to block. I think I'll swing Serrated Scorpion at Esperzoa. I have no block. So at least just chipping away. I think it ends my turn. Okay, beginning of upkeep. Untap, upkeep. Limbus is going to return to my hand. I'm going to play an island for turn. I really need to get stuff out of my hand. Okay, 2 for Limbus. I feel like this is... I really played Esperzoa too quickly. What am I doing? I'm scrying. Belwar Stone. Yeah, I can get that back out. It's gonna be ramp. Let's go to attacks. We will swing Esperzoa at this. Second main. I think we'll do the Sky Diamond just to get more ramp out. Whenever you cast non-creature spell, gain 2 life. Yeah. Get that out. It is a creature. I'll trigger. Gain a life. Get a counter. Esperzoa is open. So I guess actually we'll swing that. It's gonna be 7. That hits. That is not great. We're tapped out, so we will go good swamp. So I think we can kind of start doing some stuff. We will pay 2 for a Glimmer Light. Trigger on Golem Foundry. When it enters, create a 1/1 white Glimmer enchantment. This is not an artifact. Equip creature gets +1/+1. Do we want to do that? I don't necessarily think so. We're gonna take 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, really, I don't want to cast this till it gets much, much lower. Tattered Mummy. When it dies, each opponent's going to lose 2 health. I think we need to... What do we have on the board? We got a big blocker. We have 2 big blockers there. Esperzoa is kind of wide open, unfortunately. I would... Saxerated Scorpion. I'm going to gain 2. Everybody loses 2. This will get a counter. I'm going to sack the Glimmer. It's going to get a counter. I'm going to sack the Mummy. Gets a counter. Lose 2 life. Lose 2 life. The train does have trample. In all honesty, I get the permanent +1 by sacking this. So we'll sack that. Go to 4. So we're now an 8/8 with trample. We're going to swing at a Johnny. Because the Johnny's just going to run away with this. I could double block. I can at least block 4, but... because of the trample. I've got 2 left. Yeah, I don't think I can do much. Yeah, I think that's it. And the equipment drops off the end of turn anyway, so it's better just to sack it and go with that. Next turn, beginning of upkeep. Return the Limbus to my hand. We will pay 2. Limbus. We will... I do need a land for turn. So we'll scry 1, keep that, then draw a card. We'll play a land for turn. I've still got 4 mana left. We can ramp with Fellwar Stone. Johnny has no flyers. Oh, I thought that was under his control. That's not great. So I kind of need to put pressure on that. 1, 2, I guess, for the Evoli. When it enters, grab, put that onto here. So now he's a 5, 5. Swing it at Johnny. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, put the pressure on a Johnny. We've got 1. And I make white black. Yeah, I guess actually I should have paid it this way. Yeah, leave the 1 blue up. For each artifact I control, I do have 2 artifacts, so this is going to be a counter spell. For 1, 2... Oh, no. No. That's... it's not cost reduction. I can't Arcane Denial. Screw it. We'll preordain. Scry 2, draw a card. Put one of these on the bottom. Survival cache. I gain 2 life. Then if you have more life than an opponent, draw a card. Didn't enter anything yet. So we can easily do 3 survival cache. Gain 2 life. He'll tick up by 1. 13, 10, 20. Nope. So he's very clearly at the bottom. So I'm not going to draw a card. I do the Drifting Meadow. I should play that for turn. 10. Esperzoa is at 13. Would I leave up a blocker? I'd almost have to. Because I'm at 8, potentially 9, 10. I can block all 8. And it's going to be easier for a Johnny to recover. I know I would leave the blocker up. Hmm. 1, 2. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your Enforcer trigger. I can remove. Reset counters. Nope, come back. Get a Golem. Well, what is he at? 10? But he can block 1, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I do have 21 life, so I think that's fine. We're going to sack the Carrion Feeder. We're going to sack the Golem. We're going to sack the Mirror Enforcer. He's going to have to block with a ton of stuff. Swing the Phantom Train at a Johnny. So this is 11 damage. Johnny gained... Oh, that makes it worse, because I forgot about that. Because I played Mirror Enforcer. And then got the Mummy. Or then got the... whatchamacallit. So that was 2 separate triggers. Gain 2 life. Gain 2 on that. So he's now at 10-10. Yeah, I should have thought about that before I realized. But I attacked. So block with a Johnny. And then block with the Monk. When I go to resolve damage... Yep, so before damage, Swamp, this Phantom Train is going to get +2/+0. So it's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I can sack this for 14. Which is enough to kill all of this. So you die, you die. The train dies. And then comes back with no counters. I feel like that's the best way to play that. Next turn, uncap. You're gonna return to hand. We're gonna play an island. Oh, Preordain is done. We will kind of wish I had some better stuff here. Limbus. Draw. Play a nice venerable Ichor Wellspring. Spin the graveyard, draw a card, draw. So I have Malachor, or Malcator, which is going to basically become a 4/4 all the time for 3. 1, 2, That is not a creature. So I can do when you get to return that. I guess I can return. That's just going to put it back in his hand. Yep, we'll swing. In the air, 4 or 5. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4 left. Yeah, so I can keep. I would probably keep up pressure. Yeah. Next turn. So 1, 2, 3, 4 for commander attacks. A Johnny comes out. Okay, 1 for Leon and Elder. Trigger. Swing for 3. I think that's it. I don't like this, but 1, 2, 3. Blister Grub. You would lose 2. Oh, I will gain a life for Blister Grub coming in, which will trigger a Johnny. It's a Johnny deck. I really hate. It's a really good deck, but I really kind of hate it. I think I'll hold. Though I could put pressure on him. I think I'll hold. Next turn, bounce the Limbus back. Play an island. We'll pay 2 for the Limbus. Chrome Prowler. I think I'll keep that on top. Draw. 1, 2, 3. Chrome Prowler. Tap a creature. I don't actually need to worry about that. I can only tap that down, but that's not going to do much. I guess. Is that a May? Nope. Tap target. So the only. Ugh. None of them are good options. We'll tap that down. Swing at... Ooh. Yeah, no, I can swing at a Johnny. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's creature. Oh. No, because I don't have 2, so I can't. Can't do anything with it. Okay, so that knocks a Johnny out for commander damage. Oh, wait, it's 16 anyway. I wish this took commander damage into account. He was dead a while ago. I killed him last turn, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, so I think we'll just hold up that next. Play a swamp. Sacrifice the blister grub. Add a counter. Then we'll go to combat. Going into combat, I will snap. Now that this is a creature, returning that to the hand. And untap 2 lands. 1, 2, 3, 4. Play the Phantom Train. 1, 2, 3, 4. I will counter target spell. Untap 4 lands. Phantom Train goes back to hand. Cast it again. Arcane Denial. Its controller may draw up to 2 cards at the beginning of next turn's upkeep. I draw a card at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep. Okay. That counters again. So they will draw 2 cards. I will go to my next turn. Draw extra for turn. Lembas exits. Lembas comes back. Play a land for turn. I'm doing this all out of order, but I think I have. It's an Artificer. Would be a 2/3. We'll put it on the bottom. I don't think I necessarily need it. Because again, I don't technically know an island is coming up. Bottom of library. Draw. Guardian. I don't know that I need that right now. Guess we'll go to combat, swing for 5. I have a bunch of mana held up. 3, 4, 5. Would leave me with 2. Yeah, I think it's fine. Play land return, Vault of Whispers, just because. We'll pay 2 for Nibble Right Schematic. Get a construct out of it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Phantom Train. 1, 2, 3. Override. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can't pay it. Goes away. Which Esperzoa has just turned into a control deck at this point. So late game, we can just basically become a giant control deck. That's going to go away. Lembas is going to come back. We'll pay 2. Limbus. View. Bottom of library. Draw. May just get this on the ground. 3. Swing for 5. And I think it's just going to hold up. One, two, three, 4. Phantom Train. I can no longer deny it. So it's going to come into play. It's going to have Summoning Sickness. So we'll do anything with that. We're going to return Limbus. We're going to play a land. We're going to cast Limbus. Island, I'm going to bottom that. Draw. Renowned Weaponsmith. And a Cryogen Relic, one of the new Edge cards. When this enters or leaves, draw a card, I can sack it to put a stun counter. Swing for 5. I'm 1 short. Pay the Renowned Weaponsmith. Pay the Ornithopter. Play the Cryogen. I mean, I don't know if that's going to do anything. Yeah, I think it's what I can do. Next turn. Play a swamp. We're going to sack the construct. Add a counter. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I give it plus 10 plus 0. So it's a 15-5. Swing for a Hail Mary. Because I really don't have that many blockers. So I can block for 1, 2. Oh, actually. And block for 2. Block for 4. Block for 7. Dealing 4 damage back. But not 5 damage. So it'll take 4 damage, not die. 2, 4, 7, minus 15. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh! Nope. I think that's where I was. That's the first time the Phantom Train has gotten through. These will die. Limbus is going to come back, disappear. A2 for Limbus. I mean, none of this really matters. Sure, why not? Draw. Ticket Tortoise. When it enters opponent's control more land, that is not happening. This is now a 4/4. Just add insult to injury. Nurok stealth suit. Equip for 1. It's a 4/4. Oh, that's 4/4 with Shroud. Doesn't matter, he's tapped out. That does damage. Okay, Esperzoa ends up winning in the end. Okay, I think I'm pretty happy with the Esperzoa deck. So, I head back to here. I'm going to export MTGO. Oops. So we're gonna go in and can I drag this over here? Nope. So I'm going to post this on PDH Portal right now. I know it's not showing up on there. Jellyfish. Esperzoa. No partner. That should be all of that. Is all about flickering artifacts in and out of the battlefield. Do that. What kind of cool name do I want to give this deck? Esperzoa is a jellyfish. And it is an artifact. Ancient artifact jellyfish. Not the best one I've got, but we'll do. We'll save that. Add this to PDH Portal. Make sure it saves properly. I guess while I'm doing that, we will. What is the plus? Oh, I had a co-author. We're gonna go to plus new deck. We're gonna do Haliya Senate Cadet. Proper EDH, create. Okay. Cool, so that is posted. 99. So yeah, if you're watching this later, this is posted on PDH Rec, or sorry, not on PDH Rec, on PDH Portal. You can go check that out. And this will be one of the next videos coming up. So take a look at that, or, you know, look forward to that. But if you want to see the deck list early, it's up on PDH Portal under Ancient Artifact Jellyfish. But now let's take a look at Haliya. So Haliya Ascendant Cadet. Whenever Haliya enters or attacks, you can put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Whenever one or more creatures you control with +1/+1 counters deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. So this means not necessarily Voltron-y, but we want to keep her out. We want to put counters on stuff because that's going to let us draw cards. So, I don't remember what the ID is because I don't remember what any of the tribes or guilds or anything are. So we're going to do green-white for identity. Take a look at this. So I guess first off, technically, I can let her trigger. I want to keep her safe. So, gains indestructible. I think that's how I spell it. Yes. I would rather have, let's see, type equipment or type aura. Is there anything else that would do this? So I'd like to get more permanent, although we'll end up probably... Oh. That is a land. So that's not going to help me. Is there anything else that would... I don't think I can just... No, I can't search my permanent. That would be neat, though. Just give me any permanent that has it. Till end of turn. I mean, the protection is nice. We'll probably throw some of that in there. But I really don't want... So if we don't have an aura or enchantment, or aura or artifact, be a creature. Oh, I guess it could just be a straight up artifact. Creature or artifact would be a possibility. Because the artifact will stick around. I was gonna say, like, there has to be a card that gains being indestructible, but this is also Pauper. Just that they're probably not in commons. Well, this may be interesting. So if we add Wily Bandar, that does not work the way I thought it would work. Because we can very cheaply, it's green, we're going to ramp. We very cheaply be able to give it indestructible. So we put counters on it. That's good. Slimy Piper gives it self counters, or gives it... Oh, it's +1. Those aren't counters. Never mind. With a creature. Cathar's Companion gets it, but... Okay. So I guess now let's look at +1 counter. Let's see what we start to get. Giving stuff counters is going to be good. Put a +1. What can we do with this? Probably not gonna have a Planeswalker. Oh, do we go with beasts? That's a cat. When it enters battlefield, put a +1/+1 on another target soldier. Put a guide on it. Put a +1 on itself. gonna help me get lands, but and mill 3 cards, put a plains card, creature card, mana value 3 or less from among the bulk cards built this way. If it's legendary. Okay, so Armament will help us. Whenever a creature attacks, you may pay 3. So pay 3. I don't know if I like that or not. I do like this Armory of Eros, I think, is just an excellent card for counters. It's cheap, 2 mana. Whenever they attack, which they're probably going to do, put a +1/+1 counter on it. The equip cost is tiny. I don't know why I don't see it in more decks I'm playing against, because it's just an excellent way if you're doing anything with equipment to get that on there. I don't want to have to sack something. I'm not going to morph. This would be a cheap way to get a counter for 2. Not going to say no to them. This is going to be essentially 4 for 2/3 with... could be worse. Cannot spell. Basri's Acolyte. Battlefield promotion seems pretty good. I think my cat is stuck. I will be right back. She's also got herself stuck. Sorry about that. Let's see. We had that battlefield promotion. Battle growth. Mostly I'm just gonna try to go through and grab some things that I think will be useful, and then we'll kind of pare things down. That requires enchantment creature. Gains reach, put a counter on it. Gains reach, tremble, indestructible. That's going to be good to protect stuff. These are all in alphabetical order, aren't they? I think they are. Let's sort by... does set review do? Is it just by set? No, clearly not. I don't know what set review sort does. Does this tell me? Nope. By mana value, excluding land cards. Oh, okay. So it's just purely the order that they were probably reviewed in a set review. Okay. That's kind of dumb. Let's take a look at EDH Rec. I don't like sorting my EDH Rec a lot, just because I feel like it can be kind of meh. Snakeskin Veil is always good. Gaia's Gift on Regain Treat Trample, Indestructible Hexproof, and an instant speed. Yeah, stuff that I can do to get some protection is good. Here we go, Duskshell Scrawler. Or Duskshell Crawler. Because that gives everything trample. Which will be useful. Gift of the Viper is useful for catching stuff. Another green creature, which so far were pretty heavy. Heavy Lane, Denizen. Pride Mocklin helps us double up on the trample stuff. I wonder if put a +1/+1 deals damage. So we'll do, we don't need, like, I like the deals damage, the, like, better version of fight, like Rabid, I think Rabid Bite is one of them. But if we can get a counter as part of it, then that's great. Because it's good removal, because we can pump this stuff up and then be able to, like, use that to get rid of bigger things, as opposed to just having to deal with the, you know, the standard, like, deal 3 damage or destroy target permanent. We can just blow stuff up, in theory, and hope that it's more effective. So this would be good for removal spells. Deals damage. Search your library. We get some tutors. Okay, Ecologist Terrarium wouldn't be bad. Because that'll help us fix land. And then Prish's Wanderings will let us ramp and get a counter. I wish Inox Guide let us get both, because that would be useful. Oh, it's green. I don't know how much exiling we're going to do. Exile target. Nope. Destroy target. Destroy target enchantment. Probably. Deal damage. It is cheap. Leading flight. Recoiling snake deals. Put a pulse counter on target creature control that doesn't have one. With the ninjutsu. Maybe? When Hexgold Slith enters the battlefield, I get 2 energy. Whenever it attacks, get energy. 3 for a flyer? Could be worse. We could always cut it later. Oh, I want to just make sure I get him. Forest. Plains. Just to get the counts going. 18 forest. 18 lands. Yep, about 36. So that is not bad for that. Test of Faith. Prevent the next 3 damage that will be able to target creature. And put a +1/+1 counter on that creature for each 1 damage prevented. So it would... I guess in theory you would save your creature. Is there anything... Sometimes it's figuring out the formatting. Still tight. Whenever a counter is put on a creature you control... Yeah, so whenever a counter... That would be anything. Whenever a... +1? Paste. Nothing in Popper. Okay. That would have been nice. Just Is there anything for triggers twice? Nope. Triggers? Whenever 1 more cards are put in your graveyard, create a green 1/1 insect. Whenever you commit a crime, untap them. Yeah, I'm not going to saddle them out. Whenever you scry, put a +1/+1 counter. I don't know how much scrying we're going to do. Target artifact gains hexproof or indestructible. Scry 1. When Crystal Grotto enters Scry 1. How many cards is this? 60 different cards. Limbus is turning into one of those cards. It's like it's just great whenever you need to do card draw. Okay, I think there's enough scry in this. What was that? Oops. Chance met elves. Did that again. Yeah, I think there's enough in here we can probably do some stuff with this. Crystal Grotto. It's a filter. Path is okay. I don't know how many... Because we're especially not filtering by... Well... Human, cat, elf, snake, insect. Nope, we have one human. Because we're not really playing human tribal. Gates protection, scry 1, Lumbus, scry 3. Elven Farsight, that gets us some draw. Candy Trail, 1, 2, it's 3 for a card draw. Mana Geode gives us a scry for 3. Study Hall might be okay. Destroy target. Okay, so that's a removal spell. When open to the hunt, search your library for basic land card, put on the battlefield, tapped, then shuffle. Sack it to scry 2. That's not too bad because it's a flash ramp. So you can do it at the end of someone else's turn, and then I get to scry later. I could always scry before my turn. Plunge into Winter is going to be some nice removal. Holy Cow is dumb. But I like it. Carrot Cake. Your Custodian enters battlefield, scry 2, then each put up a scry 1. 2 green. What human gets plus 2/2. All battlefield tapped, then shuffle. I won't have 3 more land types. That's 3. Let's look at some ramp. +1. No, I think I already searched for that. Onto the battlefield. Land. Cultivate's always good. Farseek is good and cheap. Ramp. Dama's Reach. And Steve is nice, but don't want to sacrifice a land. Don't want to sacrifice a land. Can we... +1. Land fall. There we go. Territorial. Scythe Cat. Prowling Beladar, and it has Vigilance. Snapping Gnarlid. Oh, that's just get +1/+1. That's not what I want. We want counters. Yeah. Because if we're gonna be in green, we're gonna ramp anyway. Might as well take advantage of the landfall. We got 72 cards. Get kind of near the limit. Probably should start looking at some other thing. Like, where are we on, like, card ratios and stuff like that, but... Springbloom Druid. Search 2 basic lands, put them on the battlefield tapped. Really don't want sack lands. Farhaven Elf. Search for tomorrow. Because mostly it's going to be the ramp. I don't necessarily need them to come in at a specific time necessarily. So if I spend 2 for a green, that I feel like is just efficient use of mana. Put a counter, quest counter, remove 3 quest counters, search library for 2 basic land cards. Ooh. Colony Heart Expedition. I do like Explorer's Scope, especially if I've got an attack-heavy deck. Arboreal Grazer is just a good mana dork that survives a board wipe. Walking Atlas, again, just a great... I mean, you pay 2 and you can ramp every single turn as long as you've got stuff in hand. Same thing with Steve's sister. I mean, I like Elvish Rejuvenator, but the problem is you kind of have to make sure that you have stuff in top. If 7 or more cards are in your graveyard, instead search your library for 3 basic lands. We'll do that a little bit. Let's see, we've got some protection. We've got some ramp. We've got some... we probably need recursion. Turn target. Can we get a +1 out of it? Evolution Witness is great recursion. Turn target artifact or creature card for mana value 3 less. If it's a creature enters the battlefield this way, put an additional +1/+1 counter on it. We get mana stats on this, don't we? There are 3 permanents. There are 8 permanents. With a mana value of 2, 4. So recommission might actually not be that bad. +1/+1 counter on Trusty Retriever or return target artifact from graveyard to hand. Oh no, it's just that I control it. That's gonna save something. It's more protection than it is recursion. So Trusty Retriever. Yeah. Now, one thing I would like to do, enable tags. Can I tag stuff? I've never done this in here. Yeah, change tags. Counter synergy. where do I see them, though? Ah, okay, never mind. I didn't realize the headers were changing. So this is going to be a... add last tag. Also add... let's see how this works. Ramp. It's not really ramp. Land drop. Something really more I've been watching more is like stuff that helps me get my land drops. Ooh, okay. Slightly better than the way Deckbox does it, because I wish Deckbox did kind of tell me. Limboss is going to be... change tags. Draw. Explorer scope. It's going to be... ramp. Yeah, that's kind of nice. Royal Grazer is going to be ramp. Counter synergy. Counter synergy. Yeah, really, this is just counter synergy. The shell, put a +1/+1. Each control with trample. Evolution witness is going to be change tags, counter synergy, and also recursion. For Haven Elf enters the battlefield, you may search your library. That's just going to be ramp. Where else are we going to get ramp from? That's probably going to be sorceries, huh? Cultivate is ramp. Farsight is not ramp. Farseek is ramp. Far Wanderings is ramp. Hunter's Edge. Devil's Reach is ramp. Ramp is ramp. Recommission is recursion. Ramp. I mean, we're not really at a full deck size yet, but we're kind of getting there. So to make sure we have ramp. This is going to be counter synergy. Pride Malkin is counter synergy. Whenever landfall enters, counter synergy. I'm gonna count this as ramp. Counter synergy. I have a lot of counters, a lot of synergy style cards. You're gonna be ramp. Territorial Scythe Cat is gonna be counter synergy. Change tags. It's going to be counter synergy. It's also going to be recursion. Walking Atlas is going to just be ramp. Wily Bandar. Really, I would use him with the counter synergy. He's really going to depend on everything else, so he's not going to be himself. Leave that untagged. Put a quest counter, search the library for 2 basic lands. That's going to be ramp. Ramp. Counter synergy. Gains first strike. Gain 2 life. That's what I had in here a minute ago. Yeah. So this is going to be counter synergy and protection, because first strike will let it survive potentially. Counter synergy gains reach ramp, so it's going to be change tags, protection and counters, gains flying, prevent all combat damage. Guy's gift gets indestructible, counters and protection. It's not necessarily going to save it, so it's just going to be counter synergy. Removal. And counter synergy. Technically, this is just removal and draw. Oops. Tap a creature, scry 1, draw. Research your library, put a counter synergy, so this is going to be ramp and counter synergy. Destroy target, scry 1, but that's just going to be removal. Counters and protection. For the next yes, this is counters and protection. Farsight. Reveal top card library. It's a card, draw card. So it's going to be card draw. Hunter's Edge. So in theory, this is going to be, whoops, not draw. It's going to be counter synergy and removal. Recommission is recursion and counters. Through from saddle. Oh, it's only going to get a +1/+1. We would take that out. Because I'm not going to do that to a mount. So we have tons of ramp, which we'll probably cut. That's before we even look at like mana rocks and stuff. We've got some recursion, very little targeted removal, decent amount of protection, very little card draw. This is just fixing our land drop. So I think there's quite a bit we can do in terms of like, we need more, clearly we need more draw. I think we can definitely do more removal by getting in some of the just normal stuff. Deals damage to targets. think we can get like Rabbit Bite and stuff like that. Or not. What is the wording? Deals damage equal. There we go. Yeah, so you can do like aggressive instinct. Can we do any more of those? Oh. Daru Stinger deals damage equal to the number of plus encounters on it. So if we get it out to target attacking, that might not be half bad. Yeah, that might not be half bad. Bite down is a good card. Clear shot. I mean, it's not going to give me a counter, but it's going to be, it's a 2-cent card. Cosmic Hunger. How many of these with Planeswalkers? Bite down. Creatures you control, creatures you control. I don't even remember this card, Horrific Assault, but the name is amazing. But Master's Rebuke. You may behold a dragon. Wait, as an additional cost. Oh, I would surveil if I need to. We'll just... we might need to use it. We'll find out. So that in theory, these are all going to be removal. Because they're not really synergy, but they're going to be... Yeah, so 91 cards. 9 removal, because we'll want to get rid of stuff the way it is. Yeah, I think I'm going to end that here. But usually a lot of what I'll do is I'll go through, try to find stuff that matches up to what the commander does, and then kind of slot them into things like, I think we're going to have a lot of removal. You know, then start to look at the ratios of like how many ramp spells do I have, how many removal spells do we have, how many recursion spells do we have to kind of hit those things. For things you need to do during a game, are we hitting those kind of beats with the cards that we're pulling? Especially, can we double dip on some of these? You know, some of these that have counter synergy that are also, you know, ramping or land fixing or things like that. So this one's not done by far. I think it's probably coming out fairly nice. So we'll see how it goes once we fiddle with it some more. But I think I'm going to end that there. If you're watching this after the fact, thank you for taking the time to watch. Hopefully you find how I put together these fairly interesting. If not, you know, if you're new here, please leave a like and subscribe. We'll have more videos coming out soon. The Esperzoa one, now that we've kind of like finished cinching it in, we will have the video up for that here. It's up on PDH if you want to take a look at it. But otherwise, have a good night, and goodbye, Internet.